Congrats.
Yeah. So far, so the flex, I'm getting a lot of positive.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
We're ready whenever you are.
Okay, so, because I got into my supplements, and so many people, there are so many products out there, and people always ask, what do I take, what do I give, what do I recommend for my patients, for my own dogs, and there's some things out there that I've done, this is like my 4th product line already, and taking things that, the most important thing is, if I were a dog, would I want to take it? Based on my experience.
That's a great one.
And I say, yeah, we should take it. And we identified some of the biggest problems that we see, and can I offer a solution? So let's talk big dogs. As you know, you have them, I have them. Joint health is important. Aging, that we start to see a decline. We start seeing what we call DJD, or OA, osteoarthritis, DJD, degenerative joint disease. Basically, it's arthritis.
Right.
And
because as soon as that starts, everything starts collapsing.
Of course, these animals start slowing down. They start gaining weight, and it starts the negative cascade of events that gets them. They get old fast.
Yeah.
Faster. It's like, what happened? Wait a second.
He was just fine a year and a half ago, and now.
Right. So, Flex is very similar to one of the products you just showed me. It's got all the good stuff. It has chondroitin, has MSM, it has glucosamine. It's got for the natural part of it, we have turmeric and boswellia, and the whole idea is we want to help keep basically it's nutrients for the joint.
Those micronutrients.
Right. We keep them. It keeps the joint surface. It lubricates. It strengthens the actual joint surface. Very similar to what you take.
Yeah, right? Same.
And good stuff. And the dogs like it. We made it in chews because
chewables.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chews.
Smart.
And dogs, as you know, are sometimes hard to pill. Sometimes they're easy. Liquid, doable also. But when you don't want your dog to think that they're getting medicine. They get enough medicine.
Right.
And when it came to the supplements, I figured, let's make it fun. Let's make it getting a treat. Where you say, Tommy, sit, catch it up. Right up. He's jumping up and this is great. And the one thing about I mentioned leap years earlier, I like that they also come in chews. So I think chews are good. I always test it in the office first with a dog. Some dogs don't like the taste, but again, you can never get one product that everybody's going to love. Right. But I would say the vast majority like this stuff.
I've learned a lot over the 4 decades of health and fitness and being in the trenches with the greatest in the world. And one of those things I've learned a lot more about and how to build better muscle is nutrition and how it has changed over the decades. And that's why I have the Titan meal plan for you guys out there that are confused about nutrition. I'm gonna set you straight. Get a hold of me today. The link will be in the comments down below for you guys. Everybody, get over to the Titan meal plan, and I'll see you in the Titan crew where I will fine tune any difficulties that you're having.
So I have 2 sizes, and dogs seem to like it, but I feel good. Once a day.
Once a day.
And I just feel good letting them have, because we don't know, unfortunately, as you know from a science perspective, if I wanted to prove this, I'd have to take 2 groups of dogs, do a double-blind study. One is getting a placebo, one is getting the flex, and monitor them and take all sorts of tests. You're looking at thousands of dollars.
But the stuff that's here is stuff that I take as a health guy that keeps me healthy.
Right.
So I'm cool with my dog taking it.
Exactly, and that's how I looked at it. So next up, I have, this is what we call Body Boost. The reason why this was so important to me is that there is a trend that we see, and it's not a bad trend, but it's a trend, that a lot of people want to do home-cooked meals. Now,
that's a huge fad right now.
Right, and you have food companies out there that are doing it. Some are good. The whole idea is they're not always adding all the nutrients. Now, there are some veterinary schools, if you get a hold of their nutrition departments, for a fee, they will sit down with you and have you concoct a well-balanced, nutritionally sound, home-cooked meal. But people aren't going to do that. Some do, and they charge for it, sometimes handsomely. So I said, look, I know that I have clients, I have friends that want to home cook, My son, for example, he was getting one of the big name brands, and it was darn expensive. And they're looking at, they read the ingredients, and my daughter-in-law says, heck, I can do that. And they started buying the ingredients and making their own. But I don't know how nutritionally sound it was, so we came up with Body Boost.
So this would be kind of a metaphor for a multivitamin, making sure it's getting everything it needs.
Exactly. And most of these things, they're safe values. There's nothing that's going to cause a problem. You know, with our fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, there are potentials for overdosing. We're not even coming close. For vitamin C, like you mentioned, and I would say when it comes to vitamin C, and you know, B and C are water soluble. You can't really overdose. But what I like with vitamin C is that, let's say you knew, and I don't even know the number, but let's say you knew that whatever that number was the minimum number that you needed to prevent scurvy. Now, scurvy is the disease that we get from lack of vitamin C. That people that went back to the days where the navies and the ships. This is going back, hundreds of years ago. Getting scurvy.
So we just finished one movie. It turned out great. I am loving it. I love the dailies that we see. On to the next project. You finish, you keep going, you keep trying to go. That's, I guess, a better way to say it. And this next movie that I have booked, this is going to take all of me. This is going to take slice to the bone, all the character development, but also I need to be able to move and grow and keep that strength through this process. You'll understand why that is after you see the movie, but keeping the strength is key when you're dieting. And so I'm going to show you how to do that on Power-Bodybuilding. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you over there.
Needed vitamin C. Now, let's say it was 100 milligrams.
Right, not much.
Right? Would you be comfortable taking 100?
No.
Knowing that there's no way you can get too much, or would you feel more comfortable taking 500 or 1,000? And that's how I feel. So
our beliefs are so the same.
Yeah. So the key is you can't hurt anything by taking more. You pee it out. It's okay. So at least you're getting the max. And as you know, we don't know all the positive effects. But you mentioned earlier about taking vitamin C and how it helps boost NAD+, and it works with collagen. That's important. No one's doing studies on that.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
The research we do in the health and fitness is us on ourselves. And I love vitamin C, and I love the multivitamins. Yeah. And I know that people are like, well, do you feel a difference? I do. I do decades later. Yeah. It's just a little basic stuff.
And so I feel it's common sense. You want to do a home cooked meal.
And you're safe.
You don't know. I don't even know. I can't even tell you exactly how much of all these vitamins you need. That's why they're veterinary nutritionists. We learn the basics of nutrition. Right. But as far as concocting a food, I have a good friend of mine who's in Pennsylvania. He's a board certified veterinary nutritionist. He went to vet school at Penn, and then he did his residency in nutrition. He's my go-to guy. So when I get a question like, how much of so-and-so do I need? All right, hey Ned, how much do you? I got this question. He's got me.
Freaking love it.
But most GPs don't know all the exact details.
Right.
So that's my Body Boost. Now, this time of year, this is why I like this. This is called my Replenish. And if you look at many dogs this time of year, you know that they have dry, flaky skin.
They're blowing out right now.
Right. They are getting skin allergies.
Yes.
So I often say to them, you need to start some omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids, especially the omega-3s. And they go, well, where do I get it? And how do I find it? And stuff. And I'm realizing, wow, why don't you
do it again?
Here you have it.
Right.
You need omega-3, omega-6.
chewable?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all chews. So you give them the Replenish, and it's truly, what does the word supplement mean? Supplement literally means it's not the only. It is adding to. Exactly.
Your nutrition is good.
Right.
Then you have your supplementation.
Right. Why add to a little bit of something, and anything that is good and can't hurt? Why not? Makes sense.
Well, it's just it worked just like us, and you got to have the healthy fats, and you got to have the body using what it's given. And again,
so
oils.
Yeah. So and fish oil. I mean, is this the only good part of the market? Heck no. But it's there. It's convenient, and it tastes good. And if I can get a dog to like it, then that's great. And a lot of people, they complain about the oils is that they say, "Oh my God, it stinks so much. It's so bad."
Right, and these are chewable, so it doesn't have the smell.
Right. It does. I mean, it does. Obviously, it comes from marine fish. It's totally fresh caught fish. I mean, it's gonna have a little bit of a smell, but it's hidden in the chew. And again, dogs really seem to like it. So I love this.
I guarantee that one.
Yeah, that's good. And then the last chew we have as far as the supplement.
It's that time again to get my blood work done to see where my numbers are. Again, the one big thing for me is I'm keeping track of it. It's so precise. You know, I competed in bodybuilding and powerlifting and martial arts, but that was all over decades ago. And so how can I continue to keep this physique and be this strong at this stage? And so that is by optimizing my health with Titan Medical. It all stems from one thing: your blood work, what's going on inside of you. And that's the main thing that I'm focused about, is see how I can continue to not just be in the game. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a weekend warrior. I don't want to say you got a dad bod. I want to be the pinnacle of the health and fitness industry decades after I competed. And I've always said this too. You got so many of these guys that were with me in the 80s and 90s, and they keep putting the pictures up from the 80s and 90s. I don't want to be that guy. I like the fact that I can still put up pictures of me today, even though I won the universe back in the 90s. That's the goal for me. I don't know what your goal is, but I can tell you this: I know you want to live, and I know you want to live your best life. And that starts with blood work. Over at Titan Medical, start today.